How's it hanging, fellas? I'm OrosZ, and this is another episode of Patapon 2, and in today's episode, we're going to a forest. No, wait, we're going to, I don't know where the fuck we're going. I think I'm not so sure myself. Oh no, I found a scroll last episode. Last episode ended kind of weird because I just, like, put a bunch of shit at the end that wasn't even related to the episode. Kind of weird. Why am I a bowman? Oh yeah, because I was doing hunting. That's right. That's why I'm a bowman. I don't know why I'm calling archers bowmen, but whatever. When do I? I wonder when do I like invest in some fucking better patapons? And by that I mean like when do I change my spearmen to some like horsemen, horse pawns, pata horsemen? Why is the pig patapon eye is like fucked up? What's wrong with him? He has bad eyesight. His eye is all fucked up. I love how decapons have like an angry fucking expression, even though patapons are just walking eyeballs. But decapons manage to somehow look angry. Like they even got a little mouth on the bottom. It's like they got free teeth. And you can kind of tell how they have a frown because their eye is like angry. Actually, other patapons do that too, now that I look at them. I guess I wasn't paying attention. You know what I was thinking about? So, this game has Karmen. First game had Zigotons as the main bad guys. See how he wrecks shit by just walking forward and spinning? Little fucking destructive ballerina. Look, the wind is on our side, that's a good thing. I love the song in this level. Oh, look, a horse. Horses and Patapon are so fucking funny looking. Yeah, I think decapons are like really fucking insane at destroying buildings. Maybe not so much dealing damage to like other like bosses and shit. They're definitely good at destroying constructions, which comes in handy at one point because there is a boss fight in this game that's basically a giant construction, and it's really fucking hard. I had a hard time with it. I think I had a harder time with it than the final boss. The final boss took me like an hour to beat. And mainly because he just has so much fucking health that I just sat there for an hour, just keep fucking attacking him and dodging his attacks. And like half of my army died in like the first 10 minutes, and then I just had to deal with whatever I had left. So my hero was alive because he can't die, and like I think one bowman and someone else was alive. Yeah, but I was thinking Robopons. They're special when you pull off a perfect song. What the fuck do they do? They kind of do the same thing, except they, instead of spinning a hammer, they just like start waving their arms around. But they might be dealing more damage per second, cause I think it's slightly different than... Slightly different. It's not like exactly the fucking same as decapons. There's something different about it. They might be dealing more damage per second or something like that, I don't know. Also, not to mention that they have two gloves, so you can equip one ice one and one fire one, and you can freeze and set enemies on fire at the same time. Also, I love missions in this game that actually give you healing potions sometimes, because, as you just saw, my decapons were close to dying, because I guess I don't have good defensive equipment for my decapons. I guess they don't even wear any fucking defensive equipment. I think one of them has some different shoulder pads and that's about it. Also, none of my decapons are wearing helmets. So that might be also a problem. And yeah, I don't know. The fuck I was talking about? How long is this episode? 10 minutes. Saying something about, oh yeah, I was talking about the different enemies. And Patapon 3, I forgot their name. But you see how Karmen are like kinda like what Patapons would look like if they were evil masks? So they're kinda like voodoo whatever fucking tribal guys. In Patapon 3 you fight similar looking guys, except instead of having evil red faces, they get evil green faces and they look more like cats. They got like ears and shit. I think Zigotons were the best enemies, because they're like the evil equivalent of Patapons. They look more like a square and they got red eyes. While Patapons are round and they got white eyes. In my opinion, they should have made triangle-shaped ones too. Like maybe in the third game you should have fight triangular Patapons instead of whoever the fuck you fight. Karmen are also kind of shitty. Like they are nowhere near as interesting as Zigotons were. And Patapon 1. I remember there was like a side story going on in Patapon where I think when you enter the desert, there's a tower that you have to destroy, and there's two Zigotons sitting on the tower. And one of the Zigotons pulls up a fight, while the other one's like, "No, I'll go get back up," and then he runs away. But you kill the other Zigoton, and then that other Zigoton that ran away to get back up, he comes back throughout the story. And each time he's like way tougher, and he like moved up the ranks to the point where I think he's one of the main boss fights, where he sells his soul to the main bad guy just to gain like the ultimate power, and then he loses anyway. Because I guess the power of Almighty Oro, who got me, that is, who fucking leads my Patapons into the battle, is way tougher than whatever fucking alliances you can make with the devil. Also, check out how much shit we collected. Nice. I was talking about Visions last episode, and then talked about episode 4. Episode 4 was called The Village Bride. It's a weird episode. It starts off with this guy wearing like a bucket on his head, and he's like, I don't know, scanning the fucking area, and there's a girl who has a blue mask, kind of like Sub-Zero, and she's a Jedi, or at least was a Jedi. I don't remember. I'm not sure what the fuck happened that she's not anymore, but in the distance they see this guy carrying a girl on his back. He has like a chair on his back and he's carrying a girl. And at first I was like, oh, he's probably gonna make her marry someone so that the village can be in peace, and the story's gonna be about how she doesn't want to marry him, the bad guy. She wants to marry the guy who was carrying her, which they talk about how they're like long life friends and shit. But they go to like this stiff looking rock, and then the rock makes a giant fucking earthquake, like shattering the fucking earth. Which I was surprised how nobody was like very fucking, I don't know, scared of that. They were just like, oh look, the earth shattered, whatever. And then they go to the village, and it turns out that they are actually getting married. So I was like, okay, so it's just a marriage story between two characters that actually do want to get married, so what the fuck's the conflict here? And the Jedi girl and the Bucket Man, I'm gonna call him the Bucket Man, they get invited to the fucking... Ooh, I'm gonna attempt this again. They get invited to the wedding, and everything goes smoothly except for the fact that some jackass shows up who I thought was going to be a Sith Lord, but he's not. And the sister of the girl is upset about the wedding for some reason. I don't remember why. And then she upset about the wedding because there's something about how they are just gonna try to like negotiate with the bad guys, but she wants to fight them. And then she does attempts to fight them, but she gets captured. And they're about to execute her sister right in front of the bride, right? But then the Jedi girl shows up and she like... I forgot what she did. She fucking like stops a light blaster bolt. A reoccurring thing in this series. I think it happened like the third time already. When someone stopped a blaster with their force. And they knocked out the pistol out of the main bad guy's hand. The main bad guy's like quite intimidating when he first shows up. He kind of looks like Malik, but then when he gets his blaster, which is a really cool looking blaster, knocked out of his hand, he's like, oh shit, let's get the fuck out of here. He just becomes such a little lame bitch. Alright, he's a little bitch after that, I don't know why. And fucking... The Bucket Man also has a sniper rifle, and he's shooting at them from a distance. He's using a Tusken Raider laser musket, but it's like a really cool looking one. Yeah, and that's kind of it. Like the girl who had a Sub-Zero mask, she gets rid of that mask. I don't know what the fuck was the symbolism for that mask. And she pulls out a lightsaber, and she has a yellow one. And I gotta say, it's a really cool looking lightsaber because it's kind of like when she activates it, part of the handle kind of let you see through with the handle, so you see the fucking like lightning beam of yellow energy, and it looks really fucking cool. Not to mention the saber of the lightsaber itself actually looks like a blade, unlike normal lightsabers, because when you think of a lightsaber, it's more like a pole. It's not really a sword or a saber, it's a pole. Also, how the fuck is it that, even though it's called a lightsaber, and sabers are swords with bented blades, there have not been, as at least I'm not aware of, a lightsaber that actually has a bented lightsaber, you know? That's a great idea, I guess. But I don't know, I feel like it would be at a disadvantage against other lightsabers, you know? If you try to block an attack with that bented one, it'd probably like slip off or some shit. Episode's about to end. Jesus Christ, these episodes are short. Maybe I'll make more of them if that's the case. Like last time when I did 5 in a row. See you fellas in the next episode. Bye.